real lecture, and imagine with the day of tribute that's supposed to have come up on Friday, so many people will still speak. But I am a part of the organization. I'm the son of Ike Clark, so I'm not supposed to feature here. But having been called, let me first and foremost appreciate General Yakubu Gowon. I admire so much. And whenever I see Gowon, I remember to keep Nigeria one is a tax that must be done. And when he became head of state, I was in primary 5, so you can imagine the relationship between me and General Yakubu Gowon. Let me appreciate all our leaders here and my wife that are here for this twin program of the memorial lecture and tribute in honor of my father, Chief Ike Clark. We appreciate so much. Let me join the children, the direct biological children, and all of us who are his political children to thank you. It's difficult to end comments on Ike Clark. Somebody asked me in an interview, now Ike Clark is gone in the Niger Delta, do you think you can have a replacement for Ike Clark? And I said that you don't need to look for a replacement for Ike Clark because you will not get it. Because he's quite a unique person. Even at his age, his memory. If you mention your name as a young man of 30-something, 40-something, he will tell you what he did with your father. Not so many people have that kind of memory. And even listening to all the contributors, you really see that he was a very courageous person, very focal. And one key thing, he believed in the unity of this country. But he doesn't believe that any section of the country should suffer. So these are the things, and he's ready to tackle anybody at any time. If he believes that you've said something that's not fit in what you believe about building a united Nigeria. People may seem as controversial in one way or the other, but if you listen to all the statements, it's about a country that must remain one, a country that every section, every individual should have the same treatment. These are the qualities of Ike Clark. And what I told the person who asked me the question is that we cannot replace him. All what we have to do is to make sure that we come up with annual lecture or something that will continue to advocate his own vision and philosophy. And doing that gradually, we're going to impart on the younger ones what Ike Clark stood for. We're all leaders in our own rights, but everybody has his own style of leadership. And I mentioned to that person that even if you read through the history of West Africa, you see that kingdoms rise and fall. And you hardly get, from the same kingdom, you hardly get two leaders that will do the same thing. One leader, one king, powerful king will come and build the empire. Sometimes a weak king will come and the empire will even go. But then this empire continues to endure. So Ike Clark has done his best. It's left for us to believe in his own vision for life and his own philosophy. When my good friend Michael Zakome spoke, he talks about the issue of one-party state. And when you listen to the news, read the show, go through the show media, that's one thing that on an occasion like this, probably one need to. Yes, one-party states, countries have managed one-party states. Yes, one-party state may not be an evil after all, because Julius Nyerere of Tanzania used one-party state to stabilize his country in their early days of independence. He felt that his country has, just like Nigeria, too many tribes and tongues, two principal religions, Christianity and Islam. If he allowed multi-parties, some parties would toe the lines of religion, some would toe the lines of tribes, and unity would be difficult. But it was properly planned, it was not by accident. If we must, as a nation, go one party, then it must be designed, it must be planned by experts, and we know what we are going in for. But if we come through the back door by political manipulations, then we're heading to crisis. So I will advise that probably a country like Nigeria is better we allow the system to stay as it is. Yes, the multi-party, but if we, for some reason, we must go one party, then it should not be an accident. It should not be by political manipulation. Because if you read this book, How Democracies Die, by 2 American professors, then you see that some of these are the symptoms of the death of democracies in nations. And Nigeria is a complex country. And I think it's better we manage the situation as it is, than manipulating the system in a way that will suffocate the country to death. I thank all of you.
Your Excellencies, and our dear Father, One, Your Excellency, and my dear elder brother, Jonathan, let me respectfully stand on all due and existing protocols. Where do we start talking of our dear Father, Clark? For somebody like me who has just been part of this 2023 election, he lived a life of courage, a life of sacrifice, a life of justice, a life that is valued. But most importantly, his continued living that life to the end. I listened to my brother Mike when he talked about, may the labor of our heroes past not be in vain. I'm sorry, I'm happy that Jagawan is here, and I'm happy that Jonathan is here. But I can tell you, their sacrifice is in vain. They've sacrificed for nothing. When this country, when people were protesting, when there was no need to protest under Jonathan. Where are those protesters? Have they died? Where are they? So why are we saying it should not be in vain? Jonathan increased fuel from 87 naira to 120, and people were protesting in this country. And when it was 900, they were not protesting. Are they dead? So why are we saying it should not be in vain? People protested when naira was 180, and when it was 1,500, they're not protesting. Are they dead? So let's not say it should not be in vain. I spoke a few days ago, and people said I'm demarketing Nigeria. When it's true to be demarketed, one bank has just shown that 75% of Nigerians in rural areas are poor. Is one bank demarketing Nigeria? UNICEF 2 days ago released that Nigeria now have over 2 million malnourished children, the second highest in the world. Are they demarketing Nigeria? Let's face the reality. Their labor is in vain. We have a country now that is not democratic. We are not a democratic country. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Is the election that happened in Edo, is it democratic? Just the last election in Edo is the most undemocratic election. Everybody knows who won that election. So why are we keeping it and saying, let their work not be in vain? It is in vain. So we can start picking the pieces now, because they've destroyed everything people have sacrificed for. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Above all, Jaragowan, you sacrificed everything. The country people sacrifice has turned into a crime scene. All we do today is stealing. You know, and we have to do something. All we need to do, he lived a courageous life. May God Almighty that called him home grant him eternal rest and grant us the courage to look into what our Father lived for and start picking our pieces. May God bless all of you.